And good morning, everyone. Welcome to this day. It is another May gray day out there, and I'll get to the weather in just a moment. On our show today, Security Division Head, Mr. Tim Boy, is here. He's going to be sitting down with Lisa, and they're going to be talking about golf carts and stickers and all kinds of things going on in security. Also, South County Lexus, we're going to take you down there to their service department, and the Florence Sylvester Senior Center in the form of Shirley and Cheryl will be here. And they're going to talk about a unique program with the Second Harvest Food Bank. They have actually a mobile truck that comes out there, and they're going to tell you how you can go by there and get food. It's going to be starting in June. So just about a week or so away. And then we're going to bring you a segment from ActiCare. Now, as far as meetings go today, we have two meetings that are, well, they're really identical, except one's for United at 10 and one is for Third at 1:30. They're both talking about the budget for 2019 Landscape Division. So if you want to go to either one of those, if you're in United, it's at 10, and in Third is at 1:30, and they're both in the boardroom. Now, let's talk about May Gray, and it continues. I think I told you the other day that I heard on, I forget what channel I was watching, but the sort of the record for May Gray as far as overcast days is 8 days in a row. Well, we're getting close to that because we started last Saturday, and more than likely we're going to go to next Saturday, and it's going to continue. Now, I have a little sunshine in there, even though we didn't really get much of anything yesterday, because every report does show a chance of the sun breaking through, and that may happen. It may happen today. As we get to Thursday and Friday looks like an actual chance of light rain. There's a lot of low pressure systems kind of dancing around us. None of them have a lot of moisture in there, but enough that maybe on Friday we might actually get some rain involved. So chance of drizzle overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. And then as we get to Saturday, that's the day that could be a transition day, meaning maybe it will be totally overcast. On the other hand, we might just get some morning clouds and then start to get a little sunshine. Then we look at Sunday and then Memorial Day on Monday. They both look to be about 73 degrees and have the scattered clouds in the morning and then sunshine in the afternoon. So if we make it to Saturday, as far as overcast, that will be 8 days, and we'll hit that sort of like that unofficial record of 8 consecutive May gray days. So I don't know if that's a record we really want, but you know, not too bad. It's nice getting a little moisture, and if you like doing gardening, this is the time to go out there because you're not out in the hot sun, and put in some of your summer vegetables and flowers and things like that. So it's actually great days for that. Let's look around the county and beyond today. And everything is in the mid to slightly upper 60s, maybe 70 degrees up there in Brea and that area. And we could get some clearing. If we get some clearing a little bit later in the day, those temps may go up by a degree or two. Lake Arrowhead looking good at 64. Again, they're above all this because this layer goes up to about 4,000 feet. And they're what, about 5,500, so maybe about 6,000 feet up there. So they're okay. And Palm Springs, 92 degrees. They're not getting any of this at all. So if you want some sort of fall-like weather, stick around here. If you want summer-like weather, go out to Palm Springs. You can find what you want. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Hey Laguna Woods, it's Ken.
And Lisa.
Did you miss an episode of This Day? Not to worry. Head over to youtube.com and search Village Television.
Here you can find each episode of This Day and other community programs such as Good Day OC, Discovering Laguna Woods, and much more.
Just click the red subscribe button, then click the bell to be emailed every time we upload a video.
Don't miss out.
And subscribe today.
Managing your own medication can be stressful. For decades, we have watched you stand in line at your local pharmacy and battle with insurance companies, all to be left with the difficult task of organizing, managing, and remembering to take your medication. AmeriPharma offers a new way of simplifying the lives of you and your loved ones.
In previous years, I didn't require any prescriptions, but now I have to take about 7 or 8 due to various conditions. It's a management problem. My nurse told me about AmeriPharma's MedBox. I switched over. Boy, am I glad I did. It's really easy to use and it solved all my problems.
Get your medications delivered to your door. You'll receive your pre-sorted med box that easily allows you to tear and take the required medication regimen at the plainly printed date and time. AmeriPharma MedBox, the new standard in medication management.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Hi, welcome back. Well, we have Tim Moy, Chief of Security, who is going to talk to us about decals, golf carts. Right. We've got a lot of things to talk about regarding these gate access.
Well. Yeah,
okay.
Got a lot going on there.
Well, what do you have for us?
Well, first of all, we're still on track for the gate arms to be installed at 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
And then 7, 8, 9. And 14. Mm-hmm. And I think, as you can imagine, there's a lot of planning. The engineers have got to do their part. You've got to get the permits. And this is under the direction of our maintenance director, Ernesto Munoz. Right. Mm-hmm. His team is on it. And we're hoping to break ground August, September, and start moving forward with those gates.
Right, okay.
And so that's going to take, obviously a lot of work. And we want to make sure it does not disrupt the traffic flow. Mm-hmm. Installing 8 gate arms, at those entrances, we'll split them up between the 8 of them, and so that we're not completely blocking or slowing traffic in a certain area of the community.
Right. Now, if someone couldn't get through one of the gates, can they always go through another
one?
Right,
of course, yeah. And that's what we'll work out. So okay. if we're working on one, gate 1, we'll make sure that 2 and 3 are available. Same thing with 7, or 8, depending on the plan. But we've got a plan in place. We'll be working with the city, with the sheriff's department, mm-hmm. with fire. We certainly don't want to slow their ability to get into the village in the event of emergency. Right. So that'll be coming. And then when it does, when we get that plan in place, of course we'll get that out to the community. So everybody knows, hey, here's which ones we're starting first, here's the time frame. Mm-hmm. And so then they'll expect to just have to maybe reroute and go a different direction for a few weeks or what have you until one gate is completed, and then we move on to the next.
But it's not just the arms. I mean, it's like a whole remodel on some of these houses.
It is, right. Mm-hmm. And we've been remodeling the gatehouses themselves, a little bit outdated, just we're trying to make them a little bit more presentable, clean mm-hmm. them up. Mm-hmm. But also we have the surveillance cameras, so that when somebody is going in or leaving, we're capturing a lot of data on them, not to be Big Brother again, but just to keep our community safe. And in the event there is something going on, we can conduct some follow-up, try to identify those vehicles, but potentially the drivers, where they're going, what have you. We've had a few incidents with a missing person where we were able to use our cameras to try to track when did they come in, at what point did they leave, and to turn that over to the sheriff's department.
Right, and I think also last time you were here, you were talking a little about people who were stealing IDs and things, so.
Right, yeah, it's unfortunate, and we'll get to a little bit of that.
Okay.
But we've got, this is a small city, and we are 90% of Laguna Woods, the city of Laguna Woods. Right. So we're going to see some crime, minor as it is, mm-hmm. But we still have to keep an eye on that. So there's thefts and other minor issues that do occur.
Right.
That is going to help us with that. If when we have those, whether they're guests, workers, family members, they're coming in and they're going through our carports and they're committing some minor thefts or other crimes. When they leave, we'll be able to use those cameras to identify the vehicle and license plate and conduct a follow-up investigation. it's not that I look forward to it, but I look forward to the fact that when those are in place, it'll give us another tool, investigative tool, to work very closely with the Sheriff's Department on that. And we've been in communication with them. The sheriff investigator is highly engaged here, and so he knows that's going to be a tool for us. And he even asked when we're conducting investigations, hey, is there the chance that they use 5 or 6? And so that conversation's already taken place.
Okay.
It'll be nice to say, was he in a vehicle, he or she in a vehicle? Why did I say he? I don't know.
I don't know. That's
I know.
assuming.
We're just assuming it's a.
Well, you're a little more, experienced in
sure,
this than
there
most
you
of
go.
us,
Well,
so.
most of the time they are, man.
Yeah.
But we'll be able to go right to it and look at that. Now, I've also, I think, spoken in the past in reference to illegal occupants and
Right.
some of the administrative issues here that those gate arms and those cameras will assist us on.
Right.
Illegal occupancy is a problem here. And
Wow.
so we want to be able to enforce our rules. And, if all the folks who have gone through the proper means of being members and they're paying their amenities, we just want to spread that to those who are not and
Right.
make sure that they go through the proper process and,
Right.
and are qualified to live here.
Right.
We want this to be an exclusive community, which it is,
Right.
but to tighten it up a little bit.
Well, yeah, people should be very happy about the assets that they're getting when they move in here, and
Correct.
security being one of them and top priority.
Absolutely.
Good.
Sure.
All right. Well, what else
Yeah.
do you have?
Well, on gate 5 and 6, it's still going pretty well. Initially there was a, it took some time for our residents to get used to those arms. So, a little bit of a
Right.
delay, and then there was the merging issue. It seems like we've gotten past that. It's just showing common courtesy to
Right.
the person in the next lane. But one of the questions that has come up recently is we've had residents who, for whatever reason, don't have a RFID,
Okay.
and they still go through that far lane, and they hold up their GRF ID card
Okay.
and expect to immediately be popped up. Well, that's not what those lanes are designed for.
Okay.
Those lanes are designed for vehicles with an RFID.
Okay.
And so if you want to come through without a decal on your vehicle, maybe you have a rental or you're with a friend, what
Okay.
have you, you've got to go through that guest lane.
Okay.
And so, but my recommendation is for those residents who do not have a RFID, get down to Resident Services
Right.
and get one on your vehicle.
Okay.
Because those gates are coming and it'll be here sooner than you think.
Right,
Right.
right. I mean, what does the security person do when they are in the far lane? I mean, that's going to cause quite a backup, right?
It can, especially if they're helping a guest in the guest lane, and so they may not always see that person, so that vehicle is just stopped, so it's going to be a delay.
Right.
So we would just assume that, hey, make it easier on yourself, get that RFID, come on through, and then it's nice and easy access.
Right. Okay. All right. Excellent.
Yeah.
And then some interesting things going on with golf cart registration.
Right, right. Now, again, talking about security and wanting to be able to track our vehicles and our assets in the community, golf carts being one of them. People have asked, one, how many golf carts do we even have in here? Well, we've got about just over 1,300 golf carts, so that's quite a bit. And so for security purposes, we're going to ask that every golf cart receive their own decal, not the GRF decal, but the, I'm not sure if it's on there, it is. It'll be,
there it is.
That'll be on the left front corner of
Okay.
the golf cart, and everyone will, each golf cart will need to be registered.
Okay. And why are you wanting to register them?
Right, and so that the question might be, it's kind of redundant, why would you have a golf cart decal when you also have a GRF decal? Well, we're going to be phasing out our GRF decals, so once all those gate arms go into place, you won't need to have that GRF decal. They'll just be using RFIDs. Not all golf carts will require the RFIDs. Some stay within the community. So we want every one of these to be registered. Gives security an opportunity to get out there and enforce the rules if a golf cart is illegally parked. There's another piece of this as well, and it has to do with shared electricity in the village. And you see this right here, United and Third Mutual. If you are part of the shared electricity where you're charging your golf cart in a carport and you're paying for that, we want to make sure that you are properly identified, and that's what each golf cart will have that on the right rear bumper. So if security, or maybe it's a resident, is walking through the carport, you know, they've just parked their vehicle and they see a golf cart that they're not familiar with, it doesn't have that decal, but it's being charged, they know that somebody is illegally charging, they can give us a call.
Okay.
Now, we're not looking for people to just be calling on every little violation, but, you know, again, it's all about fairness and
Right.
paying for the services that you're using.
Right.
And for security, we drive by, we look, a golf cart's plugged in, we know that one's good to go.
Okay.
If it's got the decal. If it
Right.
doesn't have the decal,
Right.
well, probably going to slap a citation on it, and that fine's going to be pretty hefty as
Oh,
well.
wow.
So the mutuals are very serious about this shared electricity. Everybody paying what they're using.
Exactly.
I think that's fair.
Exactly. All right. That makes sense.
Right.
You know, if you've got a cart, you got to be able to make sure you do what you're supposed to be doing.
Well,
with it, right?
absolutely, yeah. And that shared electricity, again, not everybody uses it. So some folks have, they garage their golf carts.
Right.
But in those mutuals where they're using the carports and they have to charge their golf carts there, well, they've got to pay an additional fee.
Exactly.
Right.
All right. Okay, good. And then we've got, well, we talked about the decals. So in addition, what else is going on with stickers for golf carts? We talked about the electricity.
Yep,
so
that's it. So we're
that was
good.
it. Okay, so we're
Right.
good on the golf carts.
Right.
All
I
right.
think we're good. So Resin Services, and they're leading this charge here. They're doing a great job with it. They'll be sending out letters to all golf cart owners and to register your vehicle, your golf cart,
okay.
by the end of June.
Okay.
Come July, we're going to be out there looking and citing.
Right.
Now, we'll see how that all plays out
Right.
and how many are actually registered. But
Okay.
we'd like to encourage our residents to come in, get that golf cart decal. If you're sharing electricity, get that additional decal. And then there's going to be one more piece of it. If you're golfing, they'll have their own one. I know it seems like we're putting a lot of decals
Yeah.
on
For
the
different
golf
things.
carts.
They're
But they are for
things.
different
Right,
things, exactly.
Right.
Right.
Now, see something, say something we've talked about before. Do we
Right.
have some additional things that have happened?
We do.
Okay.
So we're always encouraging our residents. You got to give us a call when you see something out of the ordinary, whether maybe it's a transient coming through, maybe it's a relative or a guest who is unaccompanied with a resident, and they're just kind of walking around. We want to know what they're doing, and we have had some minor thefts. And again, being the size of this community, not everybody is law-abiding, and I know some have said, "Oh, it's those outsiders, it's the transients coming in."
Not
We have
necessarily.
found that a lot of them, unfortunately, are some family members, some kids. Maybe they've gotten out of jail. They need a place to stay. They're coming in here, but they've got some bad habits,
Right.
and they tend to go out at night and start looking around. We're doing our best to identify them,
Right.
but we can't be everywhere at once.
Right.
And so, just most recently, we did have we've had a few thefts involving mailboxes.
Right. Right. And a few, not just one or
Correct.
two, but a couple.
Right,
Okay.
and so they're coming in and they're going into the underground area where the mailboxes are located, and there's been some mailboxes that have been pried open, and you're thinking, why are they going to go after mailboxes? What can be in the United States, mail? Quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
And the identity thieves are looking to obtain your personal identification.
Right.
And or they're looking for credit cards, or they're looking for anything, cash or what have you, or checks that they
Yeah.
can try to sign your name to it and cash
Mm-hmm.
them. So there's, it's a concern. We're working with the Sheriff's Department. We're doing some other things to maintain high visibility patrol out in the community. So we're going to do our part with security and with law enforcement. And we're just asking our residents to be vigilant as well. So something doesn't look right, please give us a call.
So if you look at some of these boxes on the screen, we've got, you said they're underground. So is there no security cameras or anything under there?
No, not where those are located. And so there's some things we'll look at.
Okay.
I mean, we don't have cameras everywhere.
I know.
And this is something that's been pretty random, but you can see that they've been
How are
opened
they
up.
getting in them?
Oh, well, there was some concern, hey, do they have a key? They don't have a key. They're prying them open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so we'll be working with the the post office, well, or the U.S. Postal Agency, or whatever the federal agency is,
Okay.
to look at securing these better as well.
Okay.
Make it more difficult
Yeah.
for them to get in. So there's a
Exactly.
few different approaches that we're going to take on this.
Okay.
Now that it's become an issue here.
Yeah. Well, and it isn't just here in Laguna Woods; it's everywhere. I mean, it
That's
doesn't matter
right.
where you are. Even if you had an open box and most people are looking around,
Correct.
it doesn't matter because
Right.
identity theft is everywhere.
Right,
So-
and so we've got these, we've got the gate access, and we've got the walls and the barbed wire. We're looking
Right.
at shepherd's crooks, and so,
Right.
I know that the village management, with our boards, with GRF, everyone's doing their part to the best of our abilities to secure this community, keep it as safe as possible.
Right.
And if our residents can give us a hand with that as well,
Right.
we will keep it just that.
Right.
I always like to say it is a safe community.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and yet there are minor things that occur. We also have, every once in a while, a theft occur from maybe a unlocked vehicle.
Right.
Have there been some break-ins? There have been.
Yeah.
But I think we have a photo here of a vehicle. I'm not sure if they can put that on. That's a vehicle that was parked and it was unlocked. And somebody really went through. I mean, that was
guess.
a ransacking
That's a lot of
there.
stuff.
That is a lot of stuff. So again, lock up your vehicles, lock up your cabinets. If you can't if it's valuable, get it out of your vehicle.
Right.
If you have valuables in your carport cabinets, they probably shouldn't be there.
Okay.
All it is a padlock, and that's pretty easy to pry open at
Right.
times as well. So.
Right. Right.
Keep your valuables in a place where people can't get to them.
Right.
And so if everyone's doing their part, we try to do our part, and we'll keep this a safe
Right, and
community.
and like you said, see something, say something. Don't
See
be
something,
afraid to
say
call.
something,
Yeah.
right? And I tell you, we have so many people that say, "Oh, I just wasn't sure." That's okay. If you're not sure, call us.
Right.
And we'll go out and take a look. Or, boy, that person's no longer in view. I don't know where they went. That's okay. Maybe they could still be in the area. And if we go and patrol check that community, that area, those cul-de-sacs, and we can't find anybody, it was still worth our time.
Exactly. Exactly.
all
Well,
right.
good. Well, thank you
Yeah.
for the update.
Absolutely.
All good. Glad you guys are on it.
We are.
Good.
And again, we'll do our part. We'll be vigilant, and hopefully we'll. Sometimes you got to create your own luck as well.
Yeah.
And it's just being at the right place at the right time.
Exactly.
So
All
we're
right.
trying to set that up.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right. All right.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
All right. And don't forget to see something or say something, and everybody be vigilant out there. We'll be right back after this.
I started Sterling Financial under the premise that there was a need for integrity in this industry as well as quality service.
There's such volatility in the stock market. One day it could be up 100 points, the next day it could be down 500 points. Well, what we like to do is be able to have people go to bed and wake up the next morning knowing that their money is safe and secure.
That's what we try to do here at Sterling Financial Advisors, is to create peace of mind and quality of life in retirement.
Hi, welcome back. We have Daniel Garza with South County Lexus, who's in charge of all of the maintenance and service. Would that be correct?
Correct.
And he's going to tell us what it's like once you've purchased your car. So tell me a little bit about, the service department, why it's better than other service departments.
Thanks again for being here with us today and visiting our service department. There's a lot of things that we feel makes our dealership and our service department very different. And really, to answer that question, I could go on, and it's a whole lot of different things. But really, it does come down to the staff. We pride ourselves on having an award-winning team here who really truly understands that the most important part of their job is to come in every day and never forget what it's like to be the customer. We put our customers first. We try to make sure that we respect their time and their vehicle as well. We want to make sure that we're maintaining it to the highest standards. So we have some of the best technical staff here. We have 30 technicians on staff, 18 of which are master certified Lexus technicians. So we're really proud to promote that we have more master trained Lexus technicians on staff than any of our surrounding dealerships. And you know, our processes, you know, make us great as well. We try to make sure that everything is very seamless from your reception into service until the very end. And we do that by making sure that we only have one person help you out exclusively the entire time that you're here, so you don't have multiple people calling you. So you really will have your own guy or gal here to help you out every time you come in. And when you come in, you know, we remember who you are, and we truly do try to treat you like a guest in our own home. So you know, I'd love to, you know, show you a little bit more a little bit later so that you can understand better. But yeah, really just the staff. I mean, a really great team that we have here to help out our guests.
That's something that Pat actually was talking about, is the employees. Everybody really prides themselves working here, and they are very helpful. So in regards to being helpful to our Laguna Woods clients, technology has changed so much. And going forward, I'm assuming that the service is going to change too.
Right.
So how do you help our your clients with the new technology?
Okay, that's a great question. Yeah, the cars are changing so fast today, and I mean, all the computers on board. I mean, some of these cars now have 60 or 70 plus computers, you know, and they're really, really advanced. So with autonomous braking and pre-collision systems, safety, not only the safety, but the infotainment systems that have been just truly advanced by leaps and bounds over the past 5 years, we've had to be very sensitive to that. So when you purchase a car from us, we have what we call our gurus, right? Our technical team to help you out, and we'll spend time with you, almost do a class with you on the car to deliver the vehicle to you and make sure that, you know, you don't have any questions. But we understand too that as soon as you drive off the lot, you're going to have 100 other questions that come to mind, right? And even more before your first service. So we make sure that on our service drive, all of our team members that are helping customers as they come in are also trained on that same technology, just like our delivery and technology specialists at the time of purchase. So on our service drive, we have 13 valets that are all cross-trained in all that technology, and they're literally there to be almost like your concierge when you come in to help answer any of those questions. They'd be happy to sit in the car with you, teach you how to pair your phone, go over some of the highlights of certain features, and if you have questions, we really want to make sure that you take that time at your first service or even your second service or any time in between to really just, you know, take advantage of the information that we have up there on the service drive so that you can ultimately enjoy the car.
Right.
You know, many times customers are driving around the vehicle and they're not really truly enjoying all the features and benefits that the car has to offer. And when we're able to explore that, we find that they just feel so much more comfortable in their vehicle, and that they really are taking advantage of all those, you know, really nice systems that are on the car. So, and then for guests that need that extra attention at home, maybe with a garage door programming or some certain features with the vehicle, we're always open to make a house call too and come out and visit you at home.
Oh, that's excellent information to know. Let's talk about, what is it called, the certified pre-owned Lexus.
Yes.
So what does that mean to a customer?
You know, the Lexus certified pre-owned is the next best thing, obviously, to getting a brand new car, right? And they come with a pretty phenomenal guarantee. They also come with a great package of services that are already prepaid at the time of purchasing that vehicle. Lexus offers now 4 complete services to be performed on that vehicle over the course of the first 2 years after purchasing the car, to try to make sure that at least the first couple years of ownership are very, very easy for you. No out of pocket additional expense on service needs. So you're going to get 4 services to be performed within 2 years, and then on top of that, you're going to get a ironclad nationwide guarantee on this car to make sure that the car that you're investing in is protected from bumper to bumper. So you get the same warranty as in purchasing a brand new car for a total of 6 years from that car's birth date of when it was first built. And that's at any Lexus dealership in the country. Okay. So on top of that, any repair work that you perform at our dealership here, you're going to get to take advantage of a industry-leading 2-year unlimited mileage guarantee on any repair work that we perform on this dealership. That's double the Lexus guarantee that we're required to give, which is 1 year unlimited mileage. So all repairs and service work performed at South County Lexus come with a 2-year unlimited mileage guarantee.
So that does seem quite a bit different than other dealerships, not necessarily by Lexus, but just overall.
Overall, we're one of the few Lexus dealerships in the area that's AAA approved. And when AAA approved us to be on their program, that was a requirement that we gave all of our clients a 2-year unlimited mileage guarantee.
Well, very good information. I think you've covered all the service questions in one. So why don't you do me a favor and maybe take me on a tour out there?
Sure, absolutely. I'd love to do that. Take you out to the service drive and show you a little bit of what's going on out there.
I'd like to see the new technology. So if you have any questions about South County Lexus or their service, you can go to their website at southcountylexus.com. We'll be right back after this.
South County Lexus, we really are different. We're California's exclusive Lexus Plus dealer. Lexus Plus is a new way of doing business. At a Lexus Plus dealer, you can expect an upfront, negotiation-free, hassle-free price right on the vehicle. The same price you'll find on our website, all the way through the transaction. At South County Lexus, we feel this is the way of the future, and this is the way the customer prefers to do business. South County Lexus, your exclusive Lexus Plus dealer. Different, just like you.
Well, look who is here with me. It's been a long time since both Shirley and Cheryl have been on together.
Surprise, surprise.
I know. It's, you know, where you've been on a lot, Shirley. Where you've been storing Cheryl away for a while?
I bring her out for the big time.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's great that you're both here today, and in just a moment we're going to talk about this program coming up from the Second Harvest Food Bank. But first, Cheryl, I know you've got a few health seminars and events going on, right?
Yes, you know what? I always like to impart this health education, so it's so important for us. And you know, as we get older, we want to focus more on our health and staying healthy. So one of our big focuses this year has been on fall prevention and walking, and we have OsteoStrong, Stepping Out Strong. And it's on exercise and tips on fall prevention and how to stay upright. So, you know, you have to have strong bones. And that's on May 29th.
Okay, and it's amazing how many, I don't know exactly what the statistics are, but for seniors, how many times falls can really be a turning point in their life. It's amazing.
We see it a lot. You have a fall, and that's the beginning.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have to be very proactive on that. And, you know, once you have a fall, you become very cautious about falling again.
Yes.
And, you know, we see it all the time, people stepping down from a curb, and they're just like very, very cautious because it's happened before. And then they end up on their knees or their wrists, and then their hips, and something breaks.
Their lifestyle.
It does change.
It does.
Then, you know, a lot of times people become very hesitant, and then they're reluctant to go out.
Yeah.
Going out at night or something like that, they're just very reluctant to do that. They feel safer in their home. They don't want to fall.
Yeah, it's very true. And great that you're doing these. I know over the years you've done all these kind of fall prevention type things.
Right. And you know, we're going to still keep focusing on that. The other focus that we have at the Senior Center is on brain health. People want to keep strong bones and a healthy brain.
A healthy brain, yeah.
So our brain exercise classes are very popular. And Allison Lyric from Cognitive Care Solutions, she is leading these classes, and it's always a good thing to sign up for them because they fill up fast.
Yeah, they do.
So our next session starts on June 5th. So get your name in. She does accept walk-ins, but if you didn't put your name down, you know, for the first one, I'd wait until the second class because, you know, it just might be a little bit overwhelming.
So there's two different, how many different classes?
There's one at 9:30 and one at 10:30.
Okay, but so they're the same class, but just two different times.
Right.
Okay, that's good to know. And
Yeah.
June 5th, 12th,
full,
it's throughout the month of June.
Yes.
On Tuesdays, okay.
We like to have this as a continuous class. But,
all right.
you know, she's always bringing in new people, so people love it.
Yeah, I think that's good. And you got one more? Is this one yours or is that one Shirley's? Yes.
This is, a 10-week class on heart-healthy lifestyle. Elizabeth, our physical therapist, is teaching this. It's a 10-week class, and it's on cardiac health, staying healthy. So you need to sign up for that one, and it starts on June 22nd, and it continues each Friday.
So see, there you go. You go to the senior center, you can get healthy heart, healthy mind, and healthy don't fall body.
Healthy
right?
bones.
Okay.
Healthy bones, heart, and brain.
All right, very good. Now, there's a new program coming up also in June, starting in June, from the folks at Second Harvest Food Bank.
Right.
And this is something that I've sort of heard about before in other areas, but this is new for the senior center, right?
Well, this is new for the senior center, and we're proud to say that we're partnering with Second Harvest Food Bank. And Orange County is the first in the nation to introduce this type of.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is really big time. It
Wow,
really is.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's the first in the nation. So
Wow.
we're the first of the first.
Number one.
Number one. We're
So
number
tell
one.
me about this program, how it works. Now, of course, on the flyer here on the photo,
Right.
it looks like a mobile market.
That's what it is. It's called Park It Market, and I think it's like a 60-foot truck, specially made truck, as you can see in the video, that the front of it opens up, and what it does is you just have to fill out an application at the
Okay.
beginning, a one-time, and the only requirements is that you have to be 60 years of age.
Okay.
And what is in it is fresh food items, fresh meats, fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, dairy products. There's some canned goods. So what you do is you have to bring your own bags. It's
Okay.
a 2-bag limit, and you stand in line and you go through the truck and you pick out the items that you want. And it will be at the senior center every Friday starting June 1st from 2:30 to 3:30. They're only there for 1 hour. And then
Okay.
off and running they go.
Wow.
But it's a brand new concept. We're going to give it a try. And I think it's great. I think it's great. It's for people to come and to shop and enjoy some fresh items.
That is really great.
Yeah, it
is. A great program, and I thought it was being used elsewhere in the country.
No, we're the first
Wow.
of the first. So Second Harvest Food Bank, I think they had their grand opening at Senior Center in Anaheim a couple weeks ago. So now they're rolling it out, and they're going to be going to like senior apartments and some senior
Wow.
centers. But we are the first of the AgeWell program to have this.
Okay. Do they come from? Where is the Second Harvest sort of pantry area?
Well, it's locally in Orange County,
Okay.
but all the items are donated
Okay.
by the supermarkets and things like that. So,
So-
we're really, really excited. They're fresh items because a lot of our programs, like our commodity program, has canned goods,
Right.
which is really important. But now we get brand new fresh items, so it's going to be really, really exciting.
All right. And this begins next Friday,
Next
meaning
Friday,
a week from this Friday.
Right, June 1st, 2:30 to 3:30 only. But
Okay.
it will be every single Friday at the senior center.
That's a great program.
Yeah, it is.
So get
It is.
there a little bit early to fill out your form.
Fill out your form. You only have to fill out the form one time. They want some stats, of course, so people are a little leery
Yeah.
of putting things down, but they do that for statistics only.
Yes.
It's not going to be used to check anything. There's no income requirement. The only requirement is that it's for seniors 60 plus.
All right, very good. You got to get there again ahead of time. So I think it's a good time, your first
Right.
time to fill out the form.
Right.
And also you want to get there before Shirley and Cheryl get all the juices like they used to do at Fresh and Easy.
Right. Well, we need those vodka Collins, and we need juice for it. So
I still miss Fresh and Easy.
I do too.
Anyway, but
I
now
do
the
too.
Veteran Center is there.
The Veteran
which
Center's
is even
there.
better.
That's great. We are so excited to have them there, and it's such a blessing because we have a lot of veterans living in this area in their 80s and 90s, and it was a tough road if you needed to get up to Long Beach for
Yeah.
anything. And I
Oh,
know
yeah.
that they came to the Laguna Hills location, but this location has a lot more, and it's very impressive. So we're really happy to have them as neighbors.
Yeah, they're going to be offering, from what I understand, it's sort of a satellite station, so to
Right.
speak, for the one out of Long Beach.
Right.
And
Right.
they're going to have a lot of different services there.
Sure.
And it's a good location, right next
It's a
to you
great
folks.
location,
and
yes.
fairly good size, so they can offer a lot there. And I think it's great. It's right here.
I do too.
Yeah,
We're
they need
quite
more of 'em.
excited. And for any other resources, please come down to the senior center. We're we're a whole fountain of knowledge,
Yeah.
especially Cheryl, for seniors with needs or...
Because she's gone through the brain
She's gone
course,
through the brain
that's
thing,
why.
and apparently I have not gone through that yet.
No.
So anybody who needs,
I haven't either.
so if you need something, please come in and ask for Cheryl.
All right.
So you see, this class is right beside my office.
Yeah.
So
Ah, there
I'm
you go.
learning as I'm going, as I'm
Very
working.
good.
So-
And what are your hours there?
8:30 to 4:30, Monday through Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And again, it is a week from this Friday.
Right.
June 1st is when the Parkett Market
Right.
goes, and that will be 2:30 in the afternoon, 2:30 to 3:30. And if it's your first time there, get there a little bit early, get
Right.
those forms filled out,
Right.
and take advantage of this. It'll be a
It'll
great
be exciting.
program.
It's exciting. So
Very
we're-
good. Anything else for today?
That's it. Just come down and say hello
Okay.
to us. We have a great, lunch program. Our Memorial Day lunch will be this Friday. So we're going to have...
Yeah. Yeah, they really
Long
do
weekend.
offer a lot there. I mean,
We do.
It's amazing, just a couple blocks away. And the nice thing about it is there's so many resources that they have there. Whatever your questions are, maybe you want to find out how to sign up for Medicare or whatever it was.
Anything.
You can go there and start to get that information, and they're going
Right.
to point you in the right direction with the right people,
Absolutely.
whatever it might be.
That's what we're there for.
Yeah. Good to see you.
Nice to see
Thank you.
Take care.
And Cheryl, we'll see you back probably maybe November.
Okay, we'll see you in November. You're going to park her away. Okay, very good. We'll be back in just a moment.
Welcome back. ActiCare of South Orange County is here with us, Lori Renaud, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about family caregivers. Now, their services are a variety of things for senior care, recovery care, but what happens when you do need somebody to help you out? Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back, Lisa.
You're welcome.
All right, so I feel like in the past we really haven't talked about respite care.
Oh.
And that's another service we offer, and there's so many family caregivers in the village here. And what I mean by that is someone that's taking care of their spouse, another family member, or a friend, or a neighbor, the unpaid caregivers.
Okay.
And it can be so rewarding to take care of loved ones, but with that becomes an emotional and physical toll.
Right.
So I just thought maybe today we could talk about what the caregivers need to do for themselves to improve their self-care, to be better caregivers for their loved ones.
Right, right.
And then if they really want to break or find it's time, or even have a plan in place, then I can come out and meet with the family and get everything ready to go. So it could just be a phone call, and maybe there's an emergency or something happened, and we can just step in to
Right.
provide the care.
Right. Okay. So let's. But before that, let's go ahead and talk about what ActiCare is, and just kind of give a
Right.
high overview, just in case people haven't heard about you before.
Of course. So we are a licensed in-home care agency. ActiCare is a nationwide franchise, but each territory is individually owned and operated, and I'm a registered nurse, and I run the South Orange County Territory ActiCare.
Right. And that's for all Laguna Woods area, of course, and then surrounding areas too, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
So if somebody happened to know of someone outside of the area, then they would be able to refer them to you.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay, great.
And that happens all the time. Families from different states will call and say, can you help mom or dad that lives here?
Oh, that makes sense too. Okay.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
So the type of care we do provide is anything from companionship, so that could be supervision or mental stimulation, cognitive activities, to more personal care, where we're actually showering and dressing and helping toilet clients. So
Right.
the variety. Many times it starts out as a need for transportation or meal preparation, and then expands into more care as the level of comfort with us increases as we become that trusted care partner.
Right. Now there's something else that you do. It's called, goodness, I forgot that, Activate.
Oh,
what is that about?
So that's our anti-fatigue program, because fatigue is not a normal part of aging. And if we can start engaging clients in activities for mental stimulation, social aspects, and eating better, it's mind, body, and spirit program.
Right.
Just to get people more active, and the more you move, the more you keep moving. The
Right.
more you sit, you're just going to get more
Right.
be tired.
At any age, really, right?
At any age.
Yeah.
So that's just part of coming in, and I put together a plan, try to draw out from the clients what they love to do but maybe don't do as often anymore. So we can engage them in those type of activities.
That sounds great. So I'm sure you can incorporate some of that in your caregiving as well, right? And help family members know what to do.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me about family care and what are
right.
some of the things that you would advise families to do?
So when I get involved, it's almost to the point where the family member is already overwhelmed. And so if I could tell you today, pay attention to the early signs of stress. It could be something of you're not sleeping at night, you're not eating right, irritability is a sign that, okay, now maybe it's time to ask for help. Okay. So once you decide, all right, I can't do this alone, I need to ask for help, then I suggest, what are your goals? What's most important to you? And then we can go ahead and prioritize what's most important. So if it's, say it's a wife taking care of her husband, but she has children in the area, and maybe they're not helping out as much as she'd like. Why don't we hold a family meeting, and then you can discuss and let your needs be known. Or say you're just, you're fatigued and you're not exercising enough. Well, that could be a priority for you to let's start an exercise plan. Or go ahead.
Well, what do you say to the individual who doesn't want to be a burden to the family members? Because I find that that's the case. My father says, I don't want to be a burden. So what do you do with that case?
Okay.
That's a tough one,
That's happens very, very often. What I try to do in that case is sometimes I can talk to the children and then let the children come in through the back door and say, Mom, Dad, I want you to do this for me. I want you to get help so that I know you're having a better quality of life, and then I can live happier, with my family and take care of them, and I can go to work knowing you guys are okay and have the help. And please ask for help, But along that line is one of the other points I wanted to bring up is to have that effective communication. And part of that is really asking for what you need and then being willing to accept the help. Because many people just complain about it, like, oh, this is so hard, I can't keep going, I can't keep going. And that's just not productive. So you need to be specific in your ask. How many times do people say, let me know when you need anything, or I'm here for you? But no, be more specific, like say, could you please come over and maybe take the spouse out for a walk so I can go for a more rigorous exercise, or I can go to the grocery store, or I can take a shower. This is putting your needs first, the family caregiver's needs before the client, because if you're not well taken care of, the loved one won't be taken care of.
Okay.
It's kind of like in the airplane where they say put your oxygen mask on first before helping others.
Isn't that true? Yeah.
But you do. You have to take care of yourself, or you're not any good for your loved one.
What is an appropriate amount of time? Let's just say it was me, and it was for my dad, and I was going to go to my brothers and sisters. If I was going to ask them to come and help out, is there an appropriate amount of time just to kind of ease them into it?
I think starting with 2 hours could be good, and that's where even bringing in outside help, just 2 hours once a week, you'd find it would be an enormous, you'd feel like you had the longest break, and you would come back re-energized, and maybe your patience would be restored.
Yes.
So you would be willing to do it again. I find there's sometimes anger and frustration gets built up, and then you become lonely and even depressed. So you've got to get those little breaks, even 2 hours. 4 hours is even better. We recently had a case where a lady has Alzheimer's, and her husband was just like, I can't do it, I don't know what to do. And we came in, put a plan in place, and he was so thankful. And it delayed her from having to go to memory care. She could stay at home just 4 hours, 3 times a week.
Right, so that's not too
bad. It doesn't have to be extended. It can be, but it doesn't have to be.
Now, if they don't have any family members here locally to help out, how do you help them?
Right. So that's when I would come in, and we could put a plan together and come up with the activities where, when we're in the home, what we can do to make their life easier. And once they can trust us, which they should, because everybody's is safe and experienced and well trained, but you still have to develop that connection. Once that's developed, then that would be the time for the family caregiver to be able to get out and have their their own time and let us supervise and take over.
So even if they have family members, or if they don't have family members, could they still contact you and because you are experienced in this, could they still contact you and still sit down with you and have you help them run through it? So obviously starting with family care, and then if that didn't go, you could kind of give them some options?
Absolutely, because sometimes, you know, they can, my suggestion is to have a plan in place, whether that be calling upon family, a neighbor, or a friend. But when the care gets beyond that, their comfort level, that's when the time might be to bring in an agency. But we can definitely have a plan in place, so if whenever the time is right, or there's an emergency, it's just a phone call. Lori, can you please send a caregiver over? Yes, absolutely. If we've already met, if the plan's in place, then we can definitely do that.
All right, good. Thank you for the information. So if you wanted to, if they want to call you, obviously we've got the ActiCare of South Orange County, and there's the phone number and your website and your email address as well. So thank you. It was very nice to see you again. We'll see you again with some more great information for our seniors.
Thank you.
So if you find that you need family care, or you just want to figure out what you do next for your loved one, give ActiCare a call of South Orange County. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, I'm John Bowser Bauman. You probably know me best as Bowser from Sha Na Na, but I'm also president of Social Security Works PAC. And you know, when I'm in Laguna Woods, I always watch Village Television. Grease for peace.
Well, we got some good movies coming your way, and Lisa's going to tell you about the one coming up on Friday.
On Friday, we have Please Stand By, and that has Dakota Fanning and Toni Collette, directed by Ben Lewin, and it's a young autistic woman who runs away from her caregiver in order to boldly go and deliver her 500-page Star Trek script to a writing competition in Hollywood. On an adventure full of laughter and tears, Wendy, played with exquisite delicacy by Dakota Fanning, follows the guiding spirit of Mr. Spock on her journey into the unknown. It is there for us to conquer, not to fear. So evidently, as you said, this was about an autistic gal, and it's a good story about autism and how, you know, many functioning folks do have autism and go on to have very successful careers.
And she is, I think in this one, her and her friends were all big Star Trek nerds.
Oh, yes.
And so she wants to write the script and finds out about the convention, and I don't know how it ends, but it should be.
But we're gonna watch that on Friday, May 25th at 2 p.m.
Yeah, very good. Now, our Monday movie is called Girl with the Pearl Earring, and this stars a very young Scarlett Johansson, because this came out in 2003, so she was like 18, something like that, when she was in this.
Yes.
And it's the subject of one of Johann Vermeer's most enduring portraits, become the focus of this biographical movie. Girl with the Pearl Earring is told from the point of view of Greet, and she is a teenage girl who leaves her family's care to become a servant for the Vermeer household, and as she is there, the young artist is captivated by her, and she becomes the subject of this famous painting. And I never heard of this painting, but when I looked up different paintings he's done, you would recognize him.
Okay.
In fact, some of them have been used down at the Pageant of the Masters.
Oh, no kidding. All right.
They're sort of like slice of life paintings that life back then. And let's see, they're Dutch, if I'm not mistaken. He was one of the Dutch masters, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good. That's cool. And that's on Monday, May 28th at 2.
Yes, and just so you know, some of the movies coming up in June, well, we are going to be having, do I have it? Yes.
You do.
On June 1st, certainly one of the biggest movies of the year, one of the biggest movies of all time. June 1st, we have Black Panther coming your way.
Excellent.
And that is still in theaters. I think, I don't know, 1.3, 1.4 billion it's earned already. And after that, guess who's coming to dinner? The classic with, of course, Spencer Tracy, Sidney Poitier, Katharine Hepburn. And Spencer Tracy, I think the movie had not even been released yet when he passed away, if I'm not mistaken. He was quite ill when he did this movie.
Okay.
And, you know, just a classic. And I always like the fact that it was all supposedly done up in San Francisco. It wasn't, but that was the location.
Well, they make it look good.
Yeah.
All right.
Tell us about this tournament.
So the Memorial Golf Tournament raised quite a bit of money, and the Laguna Woods Men's Memorial Golf Tournament took place on Saturday, May 12th, a couple weeks ago, and the combined effort of 184 golfers and more than 20 sponsors, oh gosh, don't watch, that was probably me, raised more than $30,000.
No, that was a good drive.
Oh gosh,
Sorry.
was that my good one? For the foundation of Laguna Woods Village. Thank you to everyone who made it a great success, and I'm happy to say that my team, who was made up of Brian Gruner, Tom Circle, Doug Stodgel, and myself, we were only 1 point away from third place.
Oh, wow.
So even though those were crappy drives, it actually wasn't
Very
so bad.
good.
But we had some really good players, so that worked out pretty well. Also, we wanted to tell you the Veterans Affairs Outpatient Clinic reopens and has an expanded facility in Laguna Hills. And the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs Community Outpatient Clinic has reopened in a larger location in Laguna Hills at 23719 Moulton Parkway. And I believe they were just talking about that.
Yeah, it's where the former Fresh and Easy was.
Exactly. Services at the expanded facility, which opened Monday, April 23rd, include primary care, mental health, telehealth, lab, and radiology. And they're mostly changing in size and location, but will still be augmenting the same services. They said number of primary aligned care teams will increase from 3 to 4, allowing for greater access to care. So that's really a great thing.
Yeah, it is. And again, it's right next to the senior center. So you can go to both places. They can help you out in both areas.
Like it. Right next to each other. Perfect.
Now, we got to get to the weather really quick. We only got about a minute left. This May gray continues, and looks like it's going to continue all the way probably through Saturday. And what we're going to see on and off is maybe some drizzle like we did the other day. On Friday, there's a chance of actual light rain. But, you know, this has all been changing slightly day by day. We got the May gray. Will we get drizzle? How thick is the marine layer? That's really kind of the difference. But overall, it's going to go all the way now till Saturday.
Okay, I saw, I think, one patch of blue sky yesterday for
I know.
a minute.
I know, yeah.
This is
so
terrible.
I think I did too.
I'm trying to be peppy, and this is just not helping.
You know, I don't mind it too much. And as I said earlier, for people who are getting ready, putting in their summer garden,
that was a good tip.
It's a perfect time. You don't have to be out in the hot sun. It's perfect weather for that.
Absolutely. I'm going to try and do that this weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, tomorrow we do have a VMS director update. Brian Gruner will be here. We have Jennifer Carmarker with the Globe headlines. We have Dr. Christy Fleming, who is a local esthetician. And then Kati Petri Norris, who is running for California State Assembly.
Yes.
You guys have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Hope I said her name.